What is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixbinders here, and welcome back to Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. When we left off, we didn't get a game over. I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't literally just watch a spell in the background get sent into the hellfire and burn alive.
We technically didn't.
We didn't, but we can imply that actually it was heavily implied that's exactly what happened.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It literally said the magic words that lower that fucking coffin down, pretty much. But
magic words.
we got a real shot at this afterwards, and Layton's taking up the helm this time, and he's gonna explain himself.
And Kira's crazy.
You have stated that Miss Kira had no reason to reappear. However, the situation changed, and it became necessary
when the Fire Nation attacked.
Isn't that right, Miss Kira?
When the Fire Witch attacked. Huh?
Oh, I know how to make the connect, because I was trying to figure out before. I was like, oh, she had to reappear to go and get her glasses from the crime scene. But no, it's the fact that since her glasses were there, she had to reappear as a witness to give an excuse for the glasses being there. Because otherwise, if Kira never showed up, it's like, hey, why are your glasses next to these two burnt to a crisp corpse? Kentucky Fried Corpses. Because her glasses were at the crime scene, remember?
Oh, that's right.
And she said, oh, I dropped them a couple days ago. But you had to make yourself a witness in the first place to make this excuse make sense. I believe.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean.
All right. It would seem the defense must clarify the argument with evidence.
Mr. Wright, I believe that Miss Kira did not intend to reveal herself at the crime scene. Rather, that something occurred which forced this young lady to make herself reappear. What was so important that she had to reappear and risk being spotted?
Defender, tell the court why it would have been necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene.
The only thing that makes sense is the glasses, because it ties her directly to the crime.
She apparently lost them a few days before the incident.
Take that!
Oh, yes.
What she claims.
Miss Kira, you usually wear glasses, is that correct?
Huh?
Oh boy, there go the nervous munches.
It's like I already told you. I lost my glasses a few days ago.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Or did you not, in fact, lose them tonight? During the crime?
She's like, of course not.
Munch. Perhaps you accidentally dropped them while you were committing the crime.
Stop eating your
Then
merchandise,
as you were
man.
attempting to make your escape, you noticed they were gone. Therefore, you made yourself reappear in order to search for your missing glasses.
No! Oh boy.
Objection!
Of course.
Absurd, such baseless conjecture. What you're proposing is fundamentally flawed. What do you mean? Let's assume hypothetically that the witch did in fact drop this evidence. That does not explain what purpose it would serve for her to make herself reappear. It would still make more sense for her to escape under cover of darkness.
Objection.
Unfortunately, Inquisitor Barnum, such a plan was simply not possible. What?
He says it so confidently too.
Mr. Wright, do you understand what I'm suggesting?
He's basically just like, no, you're wrong.
Yes! You missed the reason Miss Kira made herself reappear at the crime scene. Okay, this is it.
Layton's more badass than I ever expected him to be.
It's because he's out of puzzle mode.
Defender, enlighten us. Why did the witness feel the need to make herself reappear?
Couldn't find her glasses. She couldn't find her glasses. She broke her glasses.
Did it state if someone did find them? Fuck, I can't remember that. It would make more... It would make more sense to say she couldn't find her glasses.
We already said that.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We made that assumption.
I thought that was already said in game. Oh my god. 69.
Yep.
Oh.
Couldn't find glasses because they
Okay.
definitely ain't broken.
Everything's a blur when you're on cold
The answer is
medicine.
simple, Your Honor. She couldn't find her glasses. She could not find them. If you've noticed, she's still not wearing glasses right now.
Objection!
What a moment, Sir Blue Knight. What does that have to do with anything?
That's right. It doesn't change a single thing.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. In fact, it changes things quite a bit. Tonight, the two victims were engulfed by flames courtesy of a magic spell.
Yep.
That very instant, 4 witnesses saw the flames erupt at the scene. It was at that point that something you didn't expect occurred. You suddenly lost your glasses. That's right. You were scared that if your glasses were discovered at the scene of the crime, you would be suspected of being a witch.
Objection!
What foolishness. Even if the glasses were found, she couldn't simply have explained that she dropped them there days before the crime happened.
Objection!
Shakes
I'm
SMH.
afraid that is not a possibility, Inquisitor Barnum. What did you say? If
That
you recall,
grin.
It had been raining quite heavily at the crime scene beforehand. And she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime. Then naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. However, the rain had already stopped at that time the crime itself was committed. In other words, one look at the pair of clean, dry glasses would reveal she had dropped them later, thus implicating her as the witch.
No! Yep.
I should have known. It was perfecting my rainfall rending technique in the forest.
What?
And not once during the rainfall did I see that flowered maiden travel along the nearby path.
Hey.
That's not all.
Ooh.
In order to frame Miss Cantabelle as the witch, you need to leave this witch's scepter behind at the scene of the crime.
I see. That would be the most definitive evidence that she is the witch.
The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff at the scene. Alas, that person was I. However, no doubt you can realize that one can deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems on the scepter. In this case, one can see that the witch must have used Demir to vanish from sight and make her escape. That's why, Miss Kira, you were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. That was the only way for you to avoid suspicion, if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
By reappearing, you'd be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. What do you have to say to that, Miss Kira?
Oh boy.
You know, I've let you both ramble on and on, but playtime is over.
Oh boy.
Don't light me on fire, please.
So that's it, then? I'm a witch because I dropped my glasses? I must have said it how many times now? I lost my glasses days ago. Were you even listening? I'll say it again. Over 1,000,000 times! I lost my glasses, I lost my glasses! Do you like evidence, Sir Defender? Do you love proof, Sir Top Hat? Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene. Ha, you can't prove it! In other words,
Okay.
you lose.
Bitch. Are you just gonna stand there and watch that, Barnum?
That was weird.
That is correct. Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. To prove that the witness dropped her glasses at the crime scene. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum?
I must say, that was the calmest freakout I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Isn't it a question of proof, my lord? These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, this witness cannot in any way be accused of being a witch.
You heard the man. But we were so close! That girl is a witch! Can't anyone else see that? I mean, look at her! What should we do, Professor? Professor?
Well, it would seem the young lady has finished what she had to say. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright? Yes, it certainly looks that way, Mr. Layton. Thanks for risking a crime scene for me stealing those glasses. I mean, what?
What the? What's with that face? Do you find something funny here?
It is as you said, Inquisitor Barnum. Explain.
He's so confused.
The defense raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find those glasses?
What do you mean?
You must have searched the area quite thoroughly, looking for them. And yet, even now, the knights have been unable to locate those glasses. Did you ever wonder why?
Yes, it has become quite a mystery. Surely they must be around somewhere.
Are they on her
Wait.
face?
No,
What?
they're invisible.
Yeah, on her face, right?
No. Anything you touch becomes invisible when you cast the spell Demir on yourself. She was wearing the glasses, so her glasses became invisible. She dropped them in the middle of while she was invisible. She cast a mirror after she dropped her glasses. So her glasses stay invisible because they're still invisible on the ground.
outside.
Did you read this yet, or
I don't remember. I'll read it again.
just in case?
It has become quite a mystery. Surely they must be around somewhere.
Unless they were lost to the wolves. That's the only explanation.
Wolves? Buddy, come on.
There is still one remaining place that you have not searched tonight.
Huh? What did you say?
The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only the one other possible place. Or are they in her flower basket? Did I think way too far for that? What is this?
What,
you
they
two?
wouldn't be able to be... Would they? No.
I could have just overly thought something that would be really fucking cool, to be quite honest, but... How about you, Sir Blue Knight? Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are supposedly hiding. Looks like I've somehow managed to make it through my first witch trial. It all comes down to this. The final piece of evidence. Time to clear up this case once and for all. I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. The piece of evidence pointing to the one place not searched tonight is...
Huh? Excuse me?
Can I present profiles? Okay. I'm definitely gonna need to do a bold move here. Narrow things down. Okay, so it's something from here.
Huh.
I don't see why it would be... I don't see why this would have any relevancy. The snake isn't wearing any glasses. But the bucket?
In the bucket of milk while invisible?
Whatever
What's
my theory was
happening?
apparently is wrong. So I'm just gonna put another save here.
I thought it'd be cool if they were like on her face, but she never got a chance to turn them visible again.
The only thing that makes any sense at this point is I would say the bucket.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't realize that they fell into the bucket and were taken away from the crime scene. That literally they just fell off her face, fucking toppled into the milk bucket. And that's it.
Huh.
That's my only guess. That is exactly what happened.
Yeah, nothing else. Huh. All
Listen,
right.
it could have been so cool if you were like, listen, the glasses fell off your face while they were still invisible, so you couldn't uninvisible them. That would have been so fucking cool. But instead, they fell in a milk bucket. Thanks, game. Tonight. There was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene right under everyone's noses.
You couldn't uninvisible them. Carried away?
I am speaking, of course, about this.
Ah!
That's the milk bucket that disappeared from the crime scene. Thus far, the defense's claim that the glasses were dropped at the crime scene has been regarded as mere speculation. Mere speculation of spectacles.
Oh my
However,
god. Mere speculation.
if Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of this milk bucket, then all mere speculation will suddenly become fact.
She's freaking out.
What manner of witchery?
What are you talking about? You're crazy. Just crazy. No way could my glasses be inside that stupid bucket. That's just impossible.
How about we quit with the speculation and actually find out? What do you say, Inquisitor Barnum?
That'll just waste the court's time. Don't listen to them. Don't.
Huh. This is mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all possibilities during the course of a trial.
Oh boy.
My lord, the Inquisition requests that this milk bucket be searched immediately.
Very well.
Pull everyone a nice tall glass and see what pops out.
It's gotta be spoiled by now.
Oh! What? What?
Man.
And they're,
so
they're still
basic.
visible, I guess, when they fall off, then.
Miss Kira.
Huh,
As you can see-
basic. Milk's a base, get it?
I know.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, but I did later think of it after I said it earlier. As you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you say can change that now.
Chemistry jokes.
Which leads us to the next question. Specifically, a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket? Yeah, what?
Why is this happening? This whole thing is ridiculous. The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards, after I ran over to see the fire. I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's when they fell in. No, because you said
Homegirl
you
ran
lost it
away
days
instantly.
ago, too.
Well, no.
That too.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid, child. Larry and I were at the scene first. We made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone else could get their grubby little hands on it.
To your dismay.
We weren't going to let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet, creamy bucket of deliciousness. You can bet my farm on that.
Each of these four witnesses has stated they heard the spell Ignace being cast at the scene of the time of the incident.
At the scene of it.
Well, yeah.
According to the Grand Grimoire, Ignace summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been at Miss Cantabella's side at the time of the incident. Indeed. That is when the
The glaces?
glasses fell into the milk bucket.
The glaces.
Therefore, there's only one logical conclusion. Only one person who could be the true witch. Are you okay?
That
Miss
time.
Kira, you are the real witch.
Miss Kira, you are the real witch. Hi.
Her own basket just bapped her in the face. You good? Oh no, the fires of hell. Oh god.
You better let me watch on. Don't you take it away. You showed it in animation to show it me here.
What a very strange trial this has been. From the very beginning, we've all paid witness to a most unusual set of circumstances.
What sucks is that she saved our girl from, you know, getting robbed by two creepy guys. And now she's being burned for it.
Yeah.
Like she didn't really it was fucked up to kill them, but you know,
I don't know, man. Anyways.
A breaker turned defender, a surprised extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused. Never have I seen such a spectacle. Based around spectacles.
Is this really happening?
The girl inside the cage. You mean she's the real witch?
But what about that Espello Cantabella girl? We're throwing the whole
Miss
town in
Kira.
disarray.
Tell us why.
yeah.
Now we get to hear
Why were you trying to frame Miss Cantabella?
You could easily have escaped the crime scene without a trace.
There was no reason to frame anyone.
Yeah, she straight up framed her. Now that I'm thinking about it, like why?
This crime.
I
was a
forgot
result
about
of
that. I
nothing
forgot she
but
was.
your overwhelming ill intent.
Yeah, I forgot
To
about
frame a
that.
person as a witch is to condemn that person to death by fire. Surely you must know this. So why Espella Cantabella?
Well,
I scratched everything I
Do
said.
you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
oh,
No.
What it feels like.
I didn't ask for this.
okay.
I didn't ask for these powers, but I have them. And now here I am, begging for my life. I was living such a peaceful life until now. Selling flowers, getting scolded by my boss for not selling enough of them. That's why I was trying to put an end to these trials once and for all.
Put an end to the trials.
How?
You all know what I mean? The one condition written in the story that will end these witch trials.
Eh?
When the
What?
great witch Bezella has been put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
You
Oh,
thought?
so she also thinks that the spell in Bazella
Or this-
results in her being. And by the way, Judge, it's great for Vitch. Get it right next time.
This was my chance to finally end all this. At least that's what I thought.
Ironic.
The sun had begun to set on that lonely forest path, and there wasn't a soul in sight. I always carried my hidden Talea Magica with me in case of a moment like this.
Oh, Magica.
I used my magic to expose that girl for what she really is. If I had been successful, then all these trials would finally end and I could go on living my peaceful life.
What are you saying? Am I hearing this correctly? Are you actually accusing Espella Cantabella?
Why do you think no one has ever seen the legendary Great Witch?
Great for Vitch.
Because she's been hidden in our midst the entire time. She's protected. She's hidden from us. It's all part of the story.
Part of the story?
Objection! That's enough! Speak no more. A witch's existence cannot be justified.
No, please. I know you've all noticed it too. You could end this. All of this. That girl. It's all because of that girl. I beg you. Please. Please release me.
Oh boy.
Knights of the court.
Ooh.
Isn't it your duty to protect the people of this town? Give me another chance.
That is where you're wrong. Tis indeed a knight's duty to protect. We are impelled to protect the citizens of Labyrinthia against you and your ilk. The reason you were offered my protection until now was because your guilt was uncertain. There was the possibility that you were not a witch. The circumstances were such that it seemed another was guilty. That possibility has since disappeared, and your innocence along with it. You now find yourself at the other end of my sword.
Ooh. Why was that said really coolly, though?
Vile witch, enemy of Labyrinthia, may the fires purge you from this land.
Hold it. Please wait.
Oh god.
Stop. Please just stop this.
What are you about to do with Spella?
Oh boy.
If it means putting an end to these horrible trials. Let me take her place. Let me be Bezella. Send me to the flames. But
What?
please, if it would save her life.
This trial has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this flower seller, Kira, is a witch.
That is true.
And according to the law, all those found to be witches will be executed.
That is also true.
Yup.
There's no stopping that. That's literally
Did
fact.
he say executed?
Yeah.
That mean
Phoenix, you
Phoenix!
watched it happen when you walked in.
is most unsettling.
Bailiff, ready the fire.
Why do you think she's in the cage? You just... Holy shit. We did this.
No! No! Don't do this!
Oh.
Listen to me! Don't let her fool you! Espella is the Great Witch! Hear me! There's no time to waste! trials will be no more. The witch trials will end.
Bye,
Holy
Felicia.
shit.
Bye. Listen,
Holy fuck.
let's be honest. That's what you get for assuming things in the first place. Because, I mean, if we spend this game to defend Espella and prove that she's not the Great Vivitch,
Yeah.
then, like, everything that Kier would have done there would be to kill an innocent person thinking that it would actually end all of the issues that this Labyrinthia has.
Yeah.
Just because she's assuming that Espella is the Great Vivitch. Which she's not. I can't wait for her to turn out to be the Great Vivitch at the end, and I'll be like, well, fuck!
I still think that Dark Law lady is, like, for sure.
There's more at play here,
And if she's not, she's definitely involved.
so far, we've always managed to pull off a win and get a not guilty verdict, but
Phoenix isn't used to seeing the people that he
no.
gets guilty executed. He's like, they're in jail, they get executed later on.
Winning has never felt this depressing. Oh, Espella, are you alright?
Fucking no. Yes, I just wanted to thank all of you for letting me see that. You all came to my rescue yet again.
Well, yeah, of course we did.
Hold on a sec, Espella. What did you say just now? You all came to my rescue yet again? You don't mean... Yes, I remember everything. I remember the last trial. I suppose that makes this the second time we've met, and the second time all of you have helped me.
No? Mr. Wright, am I to infer that you and Espella have met before?
Yeah, seems that way. You too, Mr. Layton?
Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired.
Huh.
Okay, what should we discuss?
What happened in London? What happened on the ship?
Well, what happened in London?
Espella paid us a visit in London. She had in her possession a letter from an old acquaintance of mine.
It's so slow.
Is that right?
I know it's spelled accidenti, but Mr. Accidenti helped drive Espella straight down to Labyrinthia. You both kept me safe from the witches that were chasing me. Possibly a single Vivitch among them. Wait, did you say witches? So they appeared in London too? They're like,
I'm gonna be unable to say that our protection was absolute. When we saw you last, it seemed you'd managed to escape courtesy of that passing freighter.
Oh yeah, that's right. What happened to you after that, Espella? Well, I was fucking arrested. I rode the ship along the river for a while before arriving at a nearby port. And then... that's when I met Mr. Wright and Maya.
Okay, what should we discuss? I guess we'll probably talk about ourselves now.
I didn't know where the ship would end up. I felt very lonely with
Out there.
Out there, not without.
Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was nothing else I could do to prevent it.
No, please don't blame yourself, Mr. Layton. I just didn't know what to do. So I tried to look for something. Anything on the ship that might help me. Boy, you sure found something, all right. Or rather, someone. You ran into a master thief working as part of the ship's crew. You what? Yes, that's right. Did you say master thief? Crikey, that's amazing.
I wouldn't exactly say it was amazing.
It was terrifying. After that, I was taken to court, and that's when Mr. Wright helped me.
I see.
Do you remember being brainwashed?
Then perhaps, somewhere deep within your mind must have existed a memory of that previous trial, and of Mr. Wright. Hence why you thought to seek out his help when you found yourself in such an unfortunate situation this evening.
That makes sense. After all, Nick did make legal history that day in jolly old England. Did you say he made history? Wow, it's incredible, right, Professor?
I wouldn't exactly say I made history.
But then, after that, I was never able to find my way back to the professor. Even after I went through the pains of finding that clue, I ended up being taken It ended up being taken away from me. Can't speak anymore.
A clue, you say?
Yes, the tag that was hanging around the neck of that sweet little stuffed toy.
That tag was a clue? A clue for what? Okay, what should we discuss? I thought we discussed everything. Okay,
Nope.
we're gonna stuff the toy,
You
stuff
know
tag.
stuff appears. I had a lot of time to think while I was on that ship. I thought about a lot of things. Like how to try and find a way back once the ship arrived at its destination. Things like that. Find a way back? A way back to Mr. Layton and Luke. They were the only ones I knew I could depend on to help me.
The pleasure was ours, Isabella.
But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember the name of the town where they lived.
Huh? You mean London, Isabella?
Oh, that's it! London! That's what was written in Carmine's letter to Mr. Layton. The blue teddy bear I found in that room was wearing a tag around its neck.
Well, that's not a teddy bear.
Sorry, Spella. PC Badger looks nothing like a teddy bear.
No. On the tag, in very small letters, was written London. I recognized the name of the town. I thought it might be an address.
That's because that stuffed toy was used in a special promotion run by the London Metropolitan Police.
None of us can speak today. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, none of us. Spella, you must have known that address was super important, so that's why you kept the tag, right? That way, you can meet up with Mr. Layton and Luke again. I just felt so lonely and helpless.
Well, we're here now.
We're all here. It's kind of a problem. We're in a book.
Whoa, wrong voice. I wonder, though, who do you think really did it? Hit Olivia over the head with a pipe. I mean...
What's this?
What? Who hit
yeah.
who over the
Guess we
head
never
with
did
a
find
what?
out who the real culprit was.
That sounds like a puzzle to me. I do believe that may have some connection to the group of witches.
And like, when did Darklaw come into play? Cause like, how is Isabella back in the book here when she got taken away by Darklaw as the book was left behind?
Listen, I don't know. Maybe she has 10 books. I don't know. Let's just keep
But
going.
there's only one Isabella, is what I mean.
I know. I'm just the spell could have gotten in her own. But how did Darklaw get back to here? Let's just keep going.
Oh man. What? You mean the witches that were chasing us through London?
Indeed. It could be that they noticed your escape onto that ship and managed to infiltrate their own way aboard.
Could it be?
So, you're saying there was some big scary witch lurking around the inside of that cargo hold?
I'm afraid there's a rather high possibility that was the case.
That's terrifying.
Those witches were intent on seeing you brought back to Labyrinthia no matter what. However, in order to do so, they had to make certain you did not become entangled in a situation that may stall your capture.
Then why did Darklaw want a guilty verdict?
In other words, situation with Miss Al Dente, you mean?
You know?
Yeah.
Why did she want to be found guilty?
I don't know.
I'm theorizing out
Precisely.
loud here. I'm doing what you usually do.
Yeah.
They must have knocked that crew member unconscious in an attempt to recapture a spell before the police could arrive. However, that plan was clearly foiled, given that you ended up in court regardless.
And that's when she became my client.
Yeah. I just can't clearly remember anything that happened back then.
Do you think there's a possibility that someone was pulling Ispella's strings through the entire trial?
Yes. Hey, maybe you're right. There was something a little strange about Isabella at the time.
Mr. Wright, Isabella was introduced to you at the time as a schoolgirl, is that correct?
Yes.
You would have no knowledge of the world outside of Labyrinthia. That being the case, having her stand in an English courtroom as as she was, would pose a serious problem. Meaning that someone must have been attempting to cover up Ispella's identity.
What? But, Professor, could someone really do that?
A witch could. Maybe even the Vavitch. That they couldn't
The
do.
Vavitch!
And if it is as I suspect, I believe our adversaries may be far more powerful than we originally thought.
So exactly who or what are we dealing with here?
In that breast section.
Hmm.
Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now. I bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. Oh. Actually, I can't go home just yet. Huh? You can't? Oh. He's so sad. Well, there's still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. Please, you all go on ahead without me.
Don't disappear on us.
Is that so? Very well.
I don't trust this. I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Alrighty then, Espella. We'll catch you later. Yes. Farewell for now. I don't trust that. After what just happened, I wouldn't let her out of my sight.
I know, right?
Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. My name is Herschel Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology in London.
A professor? Ah. Well, my name is Phoenix Wright. I'm an attorney.
As I suspected, you were no ordinary baker after all, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird myself, to be honest. I mean, I really did believe I'd been a baker all my life. But the more everyone kept saying it, the less sure I was that it was actually true. Just where did that memory come from? Anyway.
It was written in. Hey, Professor, if Mr. Wright is an attorney, that must mean he's as smart as you, right?
Hell no. I'm afraid I can't really say, Luke.
Hey, what? I'm right here.
But behind every ace attorney, there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty, and utterly amazing ace assistant.
I think you also forgot humble.
My name's Luke Triton. I'm the professor's apprentice. I'm a MIFA. And Nick here is my apprentice. Isn't that right, Nicky boy?
Nicky boy? Hey, wait, why am I your apprentice?
Anyway, we should all head back to the bakery. Let's get a move on.
I'm sure Espella will be back before we know it.
I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight.
Hi.
Inquisitor Barnum?
Most impressive work tonight. It's a shame you have kept such an ability hidden until now.
Trust me, Nick's lawyer abilities beat the pants off his baking abilities any day of the week.
Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't Espella go home?
No charges have been brought against Miss Espella Cancebella.
God damn it. What? No way. That can't be right.
You have realized it, haven't you? That she's being charged on suspicion of being the great Vavitch, Bezella.
She what?
I mean, after a confirmed witch yells that, then...
Yeah.
How can that be? I'm about to assume that charge is based purely on Miss Kia's accusation. Yes. It was not I who made the decision.
Huh?
He's like, don't look at me.
Regardless, the girl returned to court at the appointed time for further trial. Until then, I am to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the great Vavitch. Pardon me, Inquisitor. When exactly is this appointed time?
Right
Tomorrow.
now.
Investigation into this allegation will conclude on the day of the storyteller's next parade. That would be 2 weeks from today. Following our investigations into the matter, the trial of the great Vavitch shall proceed.
What the?
It would appear the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all.
Huh.
Espella.
Espella Cantabella's questioning is set to begin shortly. That means visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately.
Alright. Well, I know, like, this whole time, I know she's been hiding something.
Spella. Legendary Great Vivitch Bazella.
I don't think it's that.
The story that dictates the fate of an entire town. And now a so-called Great Vivitch named Bazella. Most intriguing. It would seem to be up to us to uncover the answers of these mysteries.
But how are we supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks?
He's so chill about
Where are we
everything.
going to find any evidence?
He's like, huh, neat. You know, I was thinking.
It's not like they're just laying around in puzzle form.
How do you address a great Vivitch? Hail to thee, O magnificent magical one. Maybe just, what's up, witchy baby?
What difference would it make? She's called a great Vivitch. It's not someone I'd ever want to meet.
What's up, witchy baby?
I believe I've thought of a solution to our problem. It's actually rather simple.
Professor Layton?
Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. The only way we may be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces.
He's right. I mean, I thought maybe we should be against him. Maybe have a versus thing going on, but I can work with him a little bit. We've come this far. There's no way we're just going to give up on Spella.
I still don't get why this game is called Versus.
It's just the way that these things do things. So
They were literally back to back, side by side, fingers pointed at
that's just the way a lot of crossover things do it. Okay, I'm on board. I look forward to teaming up with you, Professor.
Me too, Luke. Me too, Maya.
Now then, shall we press on? This marks the beginning of our own story, one dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands.
It was so weird to say Maya in Luke's voice. I had an out-of-body experience for a second.
Well,
It's like, this is weird.
I guess we're going to continue into the next chapter next time. Oh, God.
Excitement.
One credibility. Thanks for the
We have
for
none
the
now.
150
Oh, we got
points.
Pickerots for how many we had left.
Yeah, and we got dismantled, let me just say.
Pika rats.
Boy, that went so
Pikachu,
well.
the mouse Pokemon.
Oh my God.
It's a conspiracy.